Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Halloween Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen on an ABA style team, a bit of a departure from what we typically see on this channel, but ABA can often be the cure to RPS, if you will. And also on this team, Azu in the back of all things. Azu seems counterintuitive for this meta, but it actually addresses a lot of the common things that we often see in this meta, most notably Greninja. And rounding out the team, Runerigus in the back. Started out with it on the lead, just in anticipation of seeing a lot of Golurks, but I was actually seeing a lot of Greninjas. So we made the switch, but we will be seeing some battles with it on the lead as well. Yeah, I wanted to give ABA a try. It's not a toxic ABA. It's a lot more flexible than a lot of ABA teams that we see. But we had a brilliant lead, had a Toxapex lead, but they safe swap a Toxicroak. This was one of the earlier battles, so we stay in a little too long here and go for a Shadow Ball. They shield it, so I wanted to get more damage in, and I knew that this Toxicroak was way ahead on energy, so we're actually going to stay in here a little bit. We're actually going to preserve health, because safe swapping a Toxicroak onto this Pokemon, they're very weak to a Runerigus. So my plan was to get it low enough. It dumped all of its energy, but at this point, I'm just going to go for a Sand Tomb because it's in range. I had originally planned to pivot into Azu at some point, but we were just thoroughly dominating that Toxicroak, and we're still very healthy enough to handle a Toxapex. With our Ghost Ground typing, we are heavily resisting this fast move pressure, and we're going to go for a Shadow Ball here. And we are getting a little low, but we can still make it to another move. Could possibly even make it to another Shadow Ball, and they know that, so they throw. And now, holy smokes, look at the work that Runerigus has put in. We're going to bring in Nidoqueen here because it's in Earth Power range. This is a Shadow. We can survive a Brine from a Toxapex, but I really don't want to. A healthy Nidoqueen can prove to be very valuable in this meta, so we're actually going to shield that. Azu definitely does not need the shields to perform at its best. And I think a Poison's Fang plus a few jabs would have done the trick, but we decided to just get rid of this thing, and holy smokes, they've got a Carbink in the back. This is over. That's the beauty of this team. You have 3 answers to Carbink. So anyone running a Carbink has nowhere to go with this team, and I don't even think we'll need to see Azu onto the field. Holy smokes. We let this, well, we don't have any shields, we don't have a choice, but we can just fang and jab down this Carbink here, and Azu won't even get to see any action. That is the power of this team. Holy smokes. And Nidoqueen sweeps the end game to perfection there. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Yeah, guys, like I said, the first few battles here will feature Runerigus on the lead. If you don't have one, you can try Golurk or Palossand, but this Runerigus here is going to be the bulkiest of the 3. So we've got a Dragalge here. Of course, we would love to have our Azu on this Dragon type here. And this thing can actually put in quite a bit of work. We're actually going to go straight Shadow Ball. I did face one of these in one of the battles, and they usually like to try and call a bait. So this one here, I just went right for that Shadow Ball. And that basically got rid of that winning lead here with our Runerigus, and they've got a Clefable in the bag. Very interesting pick for the Halloween Cup. We're just straight balling everything, guys. Holy smokes. We want to get that shield back, and they don't want to get hit by another move, and I don't blame them. Those Shadow Balls hit a little bit different, and they're going to take us out with a Moonblast. So now we can realign and align our Nidoqueen onto this, of course, and they've got a S-Cab in the back, so this is where Azu can come and clutch in this meta, guys. The counter users has some decent play against Toxicroak, but we mostly have it for its water defensive water typing, and to handle Greninja as well. So we're going to go straight Play Rough. All of our moves are resisted. We are rolling with Ice Beam Play Rough here. And we get a shield from them, as Escavalier is about as squishy as it gets. So the goal here is to just get it low. We're going to just absorb all this damage here. The counters are resisted, of course, and we're just going to try and get shields down and get it low enough. This was really early, so they're running Aerial Ace. Very interesting to see. So we got it low, not as low as I would like, and we didn't get that last shield, so Knowing how squishy SCAV is in the Great League formats, we're just going to straight fang through this thing. We do get a shield there with the double resisted Poison Fang. We just can't get hit by a Drill Run, of course. That would be lights out. That Clefable's hanging on by a thread. We shield this, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And we hit it with another Fang. We don't need to move for that Clefable. And they have been debuffed. We are saying bye-bye to the SCAV, and we're jabbing down the Clefable. Holy smokes, Nidoqueen sweeping yet another Endgame. You love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Yeah, like I said, guys, there are some very toxic ABA teams, but this one's more flexible and you can mold it to suit your needs. So it really depends on what you're seeing a lot of. But we were seeing Charjabug there. That's a brilliant lead for us. That's another thing. Charjabug used quite a bit in this meta. With a team like this, it has very few places to go. We're going to bait this Golisopod. That's the first one I've seen in this meta. We do successfully bait and get that shield, which is fantastic. And most Galisopods are not running Aerial Ace, and even if they were, this would still be fine for Azumarill, but we hardball the recommended moveset for this meta, and as we can see, they're going straight resisted liquidation. So this is very dominant for Azumarill, guys. Again, a lot of people are writing off Azu, but on the right team, it serves a very strong purpose, and we nearly one-shot with the play rough. Wanted to load up a little bit to have a little bit of energy to threaten this Charjabug here a little bit. Not that we absolutely need to, because we've got two ground types that resist the conventional moveset on Charjabug. Look at Azu putting in work here. Holy smokes. Took out the Golisopod, got the Charjabug down to half health, grabbed a shield. What more could you ask for? And we're actually going to shield this out of caution of a potential crunch. There are some that do run crunch, but it doesn't look like they are running it. So we're going to let this go. It's resisted. X's are here with our ghost typing. And oh, they've got a Wormadam in the back. Oh man, now it's getting a little interesting here. Holy smoke. Gonna go for this Shadow Ball here. Wormadam quite bulky. They do tank that, but it does big damage. And now we're just going to go for a debuff here and put the hope and faith into our Nidoqueen to maybe make something happen here. They let it all go, so that is brilliant. We're just going to stick in here to get some of those Shadow Claws in, as it does double resist our fast move pressure. But holy smokes, Runerigus got this thing within a manageable range. We just have to shield this. I think we can resist it, jab that down. And now Nidoqueen is clear to wreak havoc upon this Charjabug. Holy smokes. I got a little dicey there. Not gonna lie, but Runerigus came in clutch for us. We do grab that final shield, and it doesn't matter. Everything's gonna be resisted. They have revealed that they do not have crunch, and even if they did, we would survive one and jab down as they do promptly top left. Guys, the ABA team was putting in the work. It's often the cure to RPS, but good game, well played to them. So yeah, guys, like I said, this is a more flexible ABA style team. We've now made the switch to Nidoqueen, and that on the lead, that's what we'll see from here on out. I was just seeing so many dark types like what we see here. So made the switch to Nido on the lead. Nido has, of course, a lot more play into the dark types. So with the ABA style, guys, again, a bit of a departure from what I normally showcase. So you're not pivoting, you're not safe swapping, you are either soft losing lead or winning lead, and then you're realigning. That's often the cure to this RPS stuff that we often see in a lot of these specialty cups. So we soft lose lead there in the zeros, and we bring in Azu to realign. They give up switch into a Carbink, and now we've got them here. We've got three amazing answers to Carbink. Runerigus is up to the task here. Of course, with our ground typing, we are resisting this fast move pressure here from Carbink. Like I said, any team running a Carbink, your odds of winning shoot through the roof with this team. So we do shield up the Moonblast. That would have done a lot of damage with stab coming from a Carbink, and because we thoroughly outpace, we can afford to overfarm here by quite a bit. Gonna go for the Shadow Ball. They shielded the first. They do comfortably tank the second. They're not within Sand Tomb range, but it will be getting them low enough to where we can get some nice farm off of them. So they will make it to a move here. Gonna shield this. Like I said, Azu is the tank on this team. The damage sponge does not generally need shields to perform at its best, and they've got a Greninja in the back. This is why Azu is on this team, my friends. Azu, as you can imagine, shuts down Greninja about as hard as any Pokemon. It's a beautiful thing. Again, if they're running a Greninja in the back as well, your odds of winning are generally going to shoot through the roof with an Azu on the team, guys. That's why I built this team this way, to handle the RPS, allow you to control the alignment, and give you better odds of pulling off some wins in this meta, and hopefully helping you out with your climb or meeting whatever your goals may be. We one-shot that Greninja. We bubbled down the Carbink, and that Guzzlord does not have a prayer, as they do top left. So that's the power of this team. A lot of thought went into it, and it was quite good in the meta. Good game, well played to them. So yeah, guys, from my experience with the team running it both ways, I think Nidoqueen's generally the way to go. But if you're not seeing a lot of dark types, maybe seeing Golurks, you can run Runerigus on the lead. But if you're seeing electric bugs like Galvantula and Charjabug, you're A-okay no matter what. That's what we had. We had a Galv on the lead. They safe swap with Dragalge, and again, this is why we've got Azu on this team. It has play into some common things that we are seeing. A lot more people running Dragalges in the meta because the Dragon Tails really chunk a lot of things in this meta. But what it doesn't chunk is Azu. We do shield the Gunk Shot. That would have done a lot. Would not have KO'd, but I want to get a big, fat, juicy resisted farm down on this Dragalge. They're not making it to another move. This is just an Aqua Tail here. They don't have the energy for another Gunk Shot. We let that go. And we do get that insane resisted farm down. I wanted to be able to get the shields back off of this Galvantula. Gonna go for this Play Rough here. They do survive that. Does quite a bit. And we're gonna go for an Ice Beam to put even more pressure, of course, on this Galvantula here. They should probably throw their move because we're going to make it to another move in time. Azu, just too thick, guys. We're about to make it there. They realize they cannot farm Azumarill down. So they do throw a lunge to take us out, not wanting to lose alignment, but they've got a Golbat in the back. And guys, I'm going to tell you, Golbat is an absolute menace to this team. It has by far been the most difficult Pokemon to handle. It relies on, you need some tactical maneuvering to handle a Golbat. So we're going to throw Runerigus in and fully sack Runerigus. Try and get off the move if we can. But I just want them to dump their energy here. We do make it to a Sand Tomb to further lower the defense on this Golbat here. And we do get the final shield. That is beautiful. They're not in another move. We don't have to shield this, but we will just to farm it down. And they're not making it to a Shadow Ball in time. The Galv does have a move, but as we all know, it's all resisted. There's nothing they can do. So for those people who want to run Charjabug nonstop, guys, this team, if you're seeing a lot of those, this team handles it beautifully. And we are saying bye-bye to the Galvantula, courtesy of Nidoqueen, closing the game strong yet again. You'll love to see it. That's going to be a good game, well played. So yeah, again, guys, when you run ABA, you're not swapping out, you're not pivoting. You don't really have to with a lead like this, but you're generally going to be winning lead or soft losing lead and then working to realign. But they give up switch here onto a Golbat, and like I said, it is an absolute menace to this team. By far the most difficult Pokemon to deal with. So we fake a Stone Edge, but they're not falling for that at all. They are at Shadow Ball energy. That would do quite a bit. We're going to shield this. They bait us, and that's okay. What we're going to look to do is catch the Shadow Ball here onto Azu so that we don't have to sacrifice too much of our HP on this Golbat here. Not too many places for Azu to go with a Charjabug and a Golbat here lurking, so we're just going to throw it in here, sack it, allow it to absorb all of this damage here from the Golbat, and it is now in a manageable health range. So you got to tap dance around a Golbat on any given team with this one, and we were able to successfully do that. We are down a shield, but we're going to go for this Play Rough here on this Charjabug, and we have gotten quite low. We've been debuffed, and we will not make it to another move, but that is okay. We've got two amazing answers that absolutely shut down a Charjabug here with Nidoqueen and Runerigus. Gonna bait them. We do successfully get that shield back, and we're going to let this go as we do hardwall the conventional moveset, but they're running Crunch. And that did a lot of damage, but we are resisting this fast move pressure long enough to get to our next Poison Fang here. and it'll be interesting to see. They do let it go. That is brilliant, and they've got a Toxicroak in the back. That's the beauty of this team, guys. I think making the switch, putting Galvantula in the back as the closer really worked out a lot better. I went very positive with this team overall. Had a very decent 70-point climb with this team here. They make a very lucky catch, but that's okay. We wanted to get rid of this Golbat anyways. It was very close, if not already having a Poison Fang. And there's just nothing this Toxicroak can do up against our Runerigus when we have even shields here. Going to go for the Sand Tomb. They let that go, and we can now Shadow Claw down. They will not make it to another move. We just shield this. They don't make it to another move. They've been debuffed. And they won't even get to use that final shield as we Shadow Claw down. Guys, this team, I'm telling you, I don't normally do ABA, but you kind of have to when you've got a lot of RPS coming your way. But good game, well played to them. So yeah, guys, hopefully you're seeing the proper way to play this team. And if you have any additional questions, do hop into the Discord. It's free to join, link in the description. But here we go, Zweilous. Like I said, I was seeing a lot of these dark types, so making the switch to Nidoqueen was paying off quite a bit. And again, with ABA, you're staying in, you're going to soft lose lead and look to realign. But they let our Poison Fang go. You can shield and try and win lead if you can see that you can do that. But they pivot into another stinking Golbat. Holy smokes, they were terrorizing my existence this morning. But we were able to overcome them, which is the power of this team here, guys. So they're well ahead on energy. We're going to let this go. Just a Poison Fang doesn't KO, but we don't make it to another move. And because they're so far ahead on energy, we're just going to bring Azu in. We got that Zweilous pretty low. So we're going to just dump Azu in here to, again, absorb all the damage. That's the running theme when you've got a Golbat to handle, guys. Azu is generally going to be absorbing all the damage because it can hit pretty hard, especially if it's a Shadow with those Shadow Balls. Basically one-shots of Runerigus. But they pivot back into the Zweilous, so we'll just get rid of this thing. It was going to be a pain to have to Shadow Claw down. We get rid of that. They come back in. We snipe with Runerigus. They are still up a shield, and they've got a Wormadam in the back, so I'm glad Nidoqueen is gone. That would have been a nightmare for our Nidoqueen. And we're going to go for a Shadow Ball. Knowing how tanky it is, they might want to call a bait, but they don't. They're going to take full advantage and leverage their shield advantage here up against us, shielding the Shadow Ball. Seeing that, we're going to actually go for the Sand Tomb bait. Lower that defense. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but we do get the debuff and the shield. We have to shield this. Potential Iron Head here would not KO, but I wasn't sure. They're going to make it to another one. These confusions are chunking, guys. They're here. I'm thinking, come on, Runerigus, live this for me, buddy. Come on. Come on. We live, and we get the Shadow Ball off. I'm telling you, guys. That's why I went with Runerigus, and we are saying bye-bye to the Wormadam. I don't think Golurk or Palossand is tanking that Iron Head long enough to get the job done. Runerigus going to be the bulkiest of the three. Good game, well played to them. So again, hopefully you guys are seeing the benefits of this ABA-style team. And if you have any additional questions, again, hop in the Discord. It's free to join. Link in the description. And here we go. Toxicroak. Safe swap. You meet this with Runerigus. We had a very nice Carbink lead here with Nidoqueen. Runerigus is going to shut down Toxicroak and be the best answer on this team. Of course, they can go for the Mud Bombs, but they don't do that much. And of course, we are resisting this fast move pressure with our Ghost typing, and they let the Shadow Ball go. I'm telling you, people expect Runerigus to go for those baits, guys. We're not baiting. We're one-shotting the Toxicroak, and we're leaving very healthy. And not only is Nidoqueen an amazing answer to Carbink, but so is Runerigus here. Gonna go for the Shadow Ball. They let that go, as of course Carbink is about as tanky as it gets. And we're gonna let this go. And again, with ABA, you're just realigning. You're controlling alignment. Again, that is often the cure to the RPS that often plagues us in these limited metas. They've got a Jelly in the back. So we're actually going to align Azu here and try and get in as much damage as we can while maybe grabbing and securing a shield advantage for our Nidoqueen. It's not a positive matchup for Azu. It is just here to put in work, get shields down, do damage. We do very comfortably tank 2 Shadow Balls from this. What I want to avoid is them overloading and overfarming. We're going to have to get one of these shields down. We're going to let all this go. And Nidoqueen, once we get the shield down, this will not KO, but they know that they have a Carbink. They know that we have a Nidoqueen. They're shielding this, and that is beautiful. That's exactly what we needed. They're going to have to likely throw another move. XL Azu, too tanky, guys. They tried to catch. And now we have identified our path to victory. The win con here, guys, we let all this go from the Carbink. Fully jab it down and leave with loaded energy to get through that jelly here. They're not making it to another move. We cannot stack 2 Earth Powers. So we're going to shield all of this, of course, but we've got it here. We've got it on lock. We just shield all this. They're not going to make it to another move in time. We go straight for the Earth Power. If they want to shield, we will outpace them to a second Earth Power and secure this victory here. They do shield. Again, you cannot stack 2, but we do outpace. So I'm telling you, the team puts in the work, guys. We get to this, and we're saying bye-bye to the Jellicent. This team puts in the work. Nidoqueen coming in clutch, closing strong yet again. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Yeah, I had a lot of fun and success with this team. Had a decent climb, had a nice 70-point day with this team. Can't ask for much more. But here we go, Dragalge on the lead. Not generally great for Nidoqueen, but again, with ABA, you're either winning lead. If you can win the lead, you can shield to win the lead, but if you cannot, you're just going to soft lose lead and look to realign. We go for the Earth Power, we grab the shield, we go down, and now it's Azumarill time here. So again, a lot of people running Dragalge as the Dragon Tails really chunk a lot of things in this meta, but as I mentioned previously, one Pokemon that they do not chunk, of course, is Azumarill, as we are double resisting it with our Fairy typing. So they're staying in a little bit here, which is very odd to see. And they're going straight Aqua Tail. That's okay. We're just going to overload as much as we can. It is an Ice Beam range, so we're going to go for this Ice Beam and take out the Dragalge here. We are up a shield, but they've got a Shadow Vic in the back. That is awful. Holy smokes. We do have loaded energy. Going to go for the Ice Beam. And perhaps we stayed in a little too long here. I think we were trying to make it to an Ice Beam, but we were not going to quite make it there. But yeah, they've got a Mandy in the back. That is not a winnable game, my friends. We top left, and we exit stage left on that one. That was not going to happen no matter what. There was 0 win con with the Pokemon remaining there. So yeah, you can't win them all. But like I said, I had a nice little climb, 70-point climb with this team. It was a little rocky to start. We got a not so good 1-4, but after we got the hang of it, got the team locked down and dialed in, we went on to have a very positive day, all positive sets after that very shaky first set. So it's ABA with Nidoqueen on the lead. I think that's the most effective, but again, depending on what you're seeing a lot of, I was seeing a lot more dark types than I really wanted to see with Runerigus on the lead, but this is a flexible ABA style, not quite the toxic style of ABA that we often see. So you can mold it and flip-flop Nidoqueen or Runerigus based upon what you're seeing at your particular elo. So if you're seeing a lot of, let's say, Golurks, or let's say you're seeing a lot of Confusion users like Wormadam, you can run Runerigus on the lead. But if you're seeing those dark types, Nidoqueen is the way to go for sure. Azu is on this team for the defensive water typing, handles Greninja to perfection. You put all that together, that's a recipe for a lot of success in this Halloween Cup. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.